Alright, I'm live. This man is like a meteorologist. What do you mean, Blind Eye? 10 minutes till I get going while I get acclimated and everybody rolls in. So the Final Fantasy Origins, what's it called officially? Wasn't it like it's not the Spirits Within, that was something else. Stranger of Paradise. I am not going to entertain any Stranger of Paradise trips, because that trailer looks sick. People are getting on with the dialogue, mentioned about chaos. Yo, it looked like they got DMC / Dark Souls, and they're bringing it to Final Fantasy. Yes, please. Yes, please. Give it to me. Give it to me right now. That beta goes, or the demo, whatever, goes live at 8 p.m. Pacific time. I might stay up and grab that, because that's looking clean. Anyways, I'm trying to crank out more content. I was thinking about it. I'm like, if I don't go fast enough, then I'm never gonna catch up. So I got to do more of these streams. So I said, screw it. I'm not doing anything. I'm gonna try and do twins again. I have a better memory of twins cycle, so it should be easier today. I shouldn't have to get carried so hard by GGTube. I did put out a notification in advance. I did. Was Blind Eye? Could you explain your meteorologist comment? Is it because I changed the time so much? Because I didn't realize Square's E3 was today, so I had to watch the Microsoft E3, and I was very mad at that because I'm a Halo fan, and Halo Infinite looked like absolute trash. And I was very disappointed. Microsoft showed a bunch of shooters, and then it was either shooters from Microsoft or just no gameplay at all. So Microsoft can eat two dicks. What's it called? Square's was actually pretty tight. I'm liking how the Guardians of the Galaxy looks, and Avengers is still ass, but whatever. That game's a meme anyways. What else did they show? Life is Strange. Emotion powers. I'm sleep. I don't remember they put the Final Fantasy 1 through 6 on Steam and mobile. If you're not on a PC gaming at this point, I'm sorry, you're inferior. I'm kidding. But they also put it on mobile. That was weird. But that Final Fantasy Origins, the FF1 / the Cydia prequel, because FF1 is technically tied into the Cydia lore, and Garland's right there. He's like, chaos. That's Vegeta, bro. That's Piccolo. I'm with it. I'm with it. I'm trying to punch people open. Give it to me. Give it to me. But yeah, that's how I'm feeling right now. And then I saw that they released a beta, and I was like, oh nah, y'all can wait. But the beta comes out way later today, so I still am gonna do this. So yeah, we're gonna wait till we're gonna wait for like 5 more minutes. I'm really gonna get things going. Everyone, what up? What up? What up? Notification squad. Let me go get some water right quick. I'll be right back. All right, I'm back. But since the demo just dropped, yeah, sorry. I really hope you did the homework before. Listen. Listen. Beautiful dance. So, well, watched the VOD in the morning and GTube was doing all the work. Listen. I watched Stranger of Paradise and that trailer goes, dummy. Thank you. Thank you. It looks cold. It looks cold. For people who play those type of games, like, yeah, that's it. That's it. Oh, man. Wait, Nanami from Jujutsu Kaisen voices the main character in Stranger of Paradise? Hey, yo! Boneless pizza? Devil May Cry meets Final Fantasy? Yes. Well, actually, because it looks like 16 is also Devil May Cry meets Final Fantasy. So we're eating regardless. Oh man, I love beat 'em ups. Beat 'em ups, action games, sword games. That's what it is for me. Yeah, GG2. I remember a bit more. There was so shut up. There was just so much going on in that last cycle that it was hard to remember. But the fights this time around and the kits are a lot simpler. Twins, more damage. Garnet didn't get a rework, got a follow up. The fact that Shulk was what really tripped me up, because that was a whole ass new character. But like Auron ain't changed much, she just counters. Garnet got her follow up with some stats on it, and the Twins got some more sauce than Garland. So yeah, that's have you played? I haven't played any Ninja Gaiden games actually. I have not. While you all are here and early, we got 32 viewers and 4 likes. So excuse me. Let's go ahead and fix that right quick. Uh-oh. Do I haven't even did I download Lann and Reynn pictures? Yike. Man, I'm slacking already. Look at this dude. Yeah, we're getting started. Hello, and Dylan Lord. What up? What up? Bruh, isn't it like 4 a.m. your time? Go to sleep. Go to sleep. Please go to sleep. Ninja Gaiden's fantastic. Yeah, I've heard it's right up my alley, but I just ain't did it yet. One of those games I've been meaning to play but never got around to. Cause I didn't have a PS2 growing up. Was it on PS2? I don't know. I just didn't play it. That's what I'm trying to get across. Twins is like Squall, the magic element, and Burst Plus. If you have to add that many qualifiers, you might as well not compare them. Still doing something? Alright. Watch this live for the first time. Welcome. It's gonna be a train wreck. I'm kidding. Well, I hope it's not a train wreck. Was it Lann and Reynn? Garland? I hope y'all know that if I don't wing it, it might not happen. You know, so I'm trying to just get things moving as they are, and it is what it is. Ninja Gaiden Black was on Xbox, was it? I won't even watch E3 since I can't play anything. Damn. I feel that. Well, I don't feel that because I got a PS5, but I feel how that could be. Yeah, this should be a lot smoother. There's the Vanille half of the month had a bunch of stuff going on and a lot of nonsense, but the twin side of things is a lot more straightforward. The cycle was not bad at all. There's a lot of good memes coming out of the new Final Fantasy thing. I'm for it. Alright, let's start transitioning there. Yeah, the twins fight did sound funny. I remember the whole HP thing, but I'm gonna talk about that when we get there. Let me just, let's see. Disable, enable. Come on, OBS, you can do it. Damn. Okay, just give me another minute, guys, and I'll be good to go. Waiting for the next JP retrospective. That is now, sir. I'm feeling them now. Pulling up some more notes. I did half of my homework this time, for whoever's asking. I got a little bit more structure. I did kind of think through things a bit. Like I legit just sat down yesterday and said, why not let it fly? I saw Stimpy run Terra for Twins Heretics. I'm sure he did. I'm sure he ran every character in the game in every single fight. You just gotta, if you see something crazy, you just gotta assume Stimpy ran it. Almost ready, almost ready. Like that trailer took me off guard because I was ready to just say, forget y'all. I'm playing this demo. I almost went there, but you know, it ain't happening. Oh boy, oh boy. Okay, we're good there. And I think I got my notes ready. And thoughts on the new FF game? Day one buying it. Almost ready, guys. Almost ready. It should be smoother than last time. In paper. Making sure I got everything ready. Not gonna get caught lacking. You guys can just throw some questions at me while I'm getting my stuff together. Like, if I had been properly preparing instead of losing my mind, would have been great. Oh, sweet. Nice. Okay. The trailer looked good, but the main character feel like they're from 3 different games. As long as I can beat stuff up, I don't care. That's all I need. That's all I need. All right, I think I'm ready to go. Let's see how this goes. And transition. I'm gonna keep chat open to keep me honest, but I'm not going to engage much. I'm gonna be reading, but I'm mostly gonna be focusing on what I got to say. MC from Origins wearing a casual polo. Hey, at least the polo ain't fake. All right, don't be ugly. Yeah. All right, so to kick off this burst cycle, Lann and Reynn got a burst out of nowhere. I'd been saying for a month that I don't think they're gonna get a burst just because they felt too random, and then I got egg on my face with that one, and I'm appreciative of it because I like what they got. Let's see. First they got reworked. The rework was pretty simple, to my knowledge. They're both their skills. They just became double HP attacks now. So if there was ever a debate about their artifacts being like 108 or 330, they're definitely 108 because they just HP attack twice, and they don't necessarily cap these brave hits in Lufenia Plus anyway. So you definitely want to go attack C50 now. I think they got more uses too, but I'm not too sure about that. But more hits, and then they HP attack twice. Pretty simple rework to their base skills. Their EX is now their worst weapon, which obviously is going to change eventually when they get EX extension. And they got an LD, which does just a crap ton of damage. It's a triple HP attack, I believe, and I think it's 100% AoE. And they dropped their framed debuff that has it's not Omni Imperial like Shen Toto, but it's whatever elements that are in their framed. I think it's like Earth. I think it's just all their elements, and it gets them their buffs, right? So. And they get a new buff as well. Yeah, they do get a new buff. And so they get stats up depending on how many enemies are on the field. So if there's 3 enemies out there, they get attack up, overflow up, and weakness damage up based on how many enemies are out there. So obviously they're in their element when there's 3 enemies on the field. That's nothing new. And what else? Yeah, it gets them all their buffs. And so the funny thing about their LD is that it only so it's the triple HP attack, but it triggers twice if it's against 2 or more targets. So Twin's friend becomes actually stupidly powerful. They can just drop their burst in, and then they can just spam their LD, and they do so much damage. Twins, even to this day, as of like This is June, and this is when Noel has just gotten his burst that I'm doing this. Twins are still a very, very good friend option, which is awesome. Their burst is they bust out. Actually, no spoilers for the game, so let me not go into that. Play World of Final Fantasy if you haven't. It looks really goofy and silly, but I actually love that game. It doesn't take itself too seriously, and it's funny actually. I don't know what their burst effect is. Let me find that real quick. While I do that, let me just talk about. Nope, gonna pull it up. Their burst effect is overflow, brave damage up, HP damage up for the party, and brave cap up for the party. And it gets better, significantly better, depending on how many enemies there are on the field. And so in the normal situation, which is 2 enemies, which is most of the fights, it's 20% overflow, 30% brave damage, 20% HP damage, and 20% brave cap up. But at max, it's 30, 50, 30, 30. 30 overflow, 50 brave, or 50 brave damage up, which is Paladin Cecil levels. 30% HP damage up. So 3 enemies when they're on the field, like this could just be like a main boss and 2 adds. The twins just shred. It's actually kind of ridiculous, and I don't, I don't know. And they added more caps up with their burst plus. Just being able to have this effect up all the time is just really, really, really good. I'm a huge fan of what they did to them. LD calls, the LD call just does a lot of damage with the LD. Does it double tap? I don't think their LD call double taps. No, it doesn't. And they get weakness damage up and overflow up, so that's decent. It's usually, mainly I'd use them as a call for like farming co-ops, or if I needed a bunch of burst damage or I needed their debuff. But otherwise, not too big on that as a normal call. And then the regular call, I believe, was their skill 2 that drops the let me double check that right quick. No. And I think they have debuff start too on the LD. Let's see. So they get buff start, I know that. I'm pretty sure somewhere they had debuff start. Let me try and find that. Oh yes, they're on their LD boards. They actually, when they get debuff start, so they'll spawn in and have their stack resist down debuff active, which is, again, fantastic. I cannot say it enough. The twins are really, really, really good now. Like, I know like they were kind of a niche pick before, but the twins got justice, and I love it. Okay, their skill, I think it's their skill 1 that is their call ability, and it appears to just be damage. Yeah, just damage skill, but it's still a lot of damage. Their debuff start, yeah, it is in LD boards. I think I covered most of what their kit was. I pulled their LD, and this was me still debating whether I should be following my pull for 2 week synergy LD rule, but they did handle the fight very effectively, and I'll go over the fight in a second. But first, after that, I gotta talk about Garland. So let me switch that over right quick. TLDR, twins definitely got the goods on their rework in LD. And I might even hazard to say that they might, in certain situations, they might be powerful enough against 3 targets to be able to be run LD only. I'm not confident saying that, but I do, I think I'm in that ballpark. Anyways, Garland also got reworked. Garland, he got more skill uses, so he was already a skill spammer, but now he's more of a skill spammer. He just won't run out ever. He has 8 skill 1s now, and he has, let's see, that is it's a double HP attack on his skill 1, and it splashes at the end. 20%, just 20% splash only. And his skill 2 is still just single target. He got 2 more uses of that, and it's a triple HP attack. His LD board also got released. I mean, not released, got reworked. God, words are hard. I believe he got more HP damage up given on his LD boards, which is fantastic. And I think he got more brave damage up as well. Oh, sorry. One thing I forgot to mention about the twins, their HP damage cap. They have they have the HP armor, so their blue armor skews HP, and that naturally makes sense, just because they have the big 100% AOE's. So now with Garland's overhead from his LD got buffed. Now he gets more HP damage? Really? Yeah, he does. Depending on the stacks, it can go up to 30%, I believe, if I'm reading that right. Yeah, looks like it. And he gets more overflow as well. So it's not a huge buff, but getting more HP damage up for Garland is always welcome. More overflow, yeah, that's pretty interesting. Oh, Asim. Hello, Asim. Welcome. Yeah, dude, no consistency over here. I'm working on it. But yeah, that was basically what Garland. Garland got upgraded skills. He's just better now, and he got his burst plus as well. Double HP attack on that, and now his burst plus effect. He got more brave damage up, so you can now go up to, I think it's 100% if I'm doing this math right. Yeah, now it can, his brave damage up levels go up per stack, and now it's, instead of it was like 30, 35, 40, 45, 50. Now it's 60, 70, 80, 90, 100. It goes up to 100, I think. I think that's right. Yeah, that sounds right. Yeah, I remember reading somewhere he can get up to 100. And his other caps got raised as well. So Garland's caps are higher, and he's letting everyone hit brave damage higher. So Garland's effect, especially if you double tap it, is really, really good. Garland still is, he's not as, I don't think he's as much of a monster as, like, in the period that we're in global right now. He's definitely not as much of a monster, but he's still like just nuts. You can see Garland all over the place. He's still got the good delays. He's still got the good defense down auras and the speed down. So yeah, dude, Garland got the sauce. Not much to say about these characters though. I didn't have Garland's burst in JP, and I didn't go for it here, so my Garland is unfortunately burstless. I don't think I've used him without his burst since Kurisame's lost chapter, because it was kind of hard to justify him in the party like that, but he definitely got the goods in that regard. So if you have his burst now, that's why I planned on getting his burst in GL now, so I could have it again later down the road, because he definitely got some good upgrades. Let me switch back over to twins. One sec. And boom. Wait, no, I did that wrong. There we go. There we go. Okay, getting my bearings right. All right, the stage. So, there's some funny things surrounding this stage, right? So this was hot off the presses on the Vayne cycle, right? And we were in full-blown fear-mongering mode, and people saw the orb, and the orb for this fight, it was something like, I want to say 800k. Actually, let me find specifically what the orb was so I don't misquote it. Okay, it was the Enchanted Queen. The orb was to deal 150,000 HP damage with one character in one turn. Now this sounds scary. Oh my god, they're forcing you to use twins. What are we gonna do? And all the usual suspects were losing their minds. Discord, Facebook, wow guys, they're making us pull. The game's gonna become pay to win. The game is over. And then actual players like tried the stage, and some of the things that weren't properly conveyed was the orb goes away at 50%. So with the operative strategy there was to just blow them up in the beginning with I think Twins LD call works. People would just summon their Twins friends in the beginning and go to town, and Twins would just handle it. And it was +8 when you did said damage. So it was actually hilariously easy to maintain once you actually played it in context. This is why context matters for the fight. It was the Lamia, I believe, Lamia Queen. And there was some warp mechanic here. Unfortunately, I do not remember that, so I'm gonna lean on Chad a little to help me out here. I believe it was if the boss, okay, oh, I found it. If you went 10 turns without the boss acting, then it warped right in front of you again, and it cleansed, and I think you get attacked. There was a 10 turn limit there, so you had to manage your turns. So this wasn't ideal for Garland, but still very manageable, because if you pair Garland with if Garland's the only delayer, Garland can't delay forever. So while he can eat versus those 3 targets, if you just pace yourself, then it was fine. And it also had 2 ads because that weren't really tanky. So while the main boss, you know, could kind of soak up some hits, it was a least mannequin, I believe, on the left, and a something mannequin on the right. And you could just like blow them up, and with enough AoE damage, the twins would just cap on everything. Let's see. ASIM. Yeah, burst finishers could handle it. Yep. The boss had, oh, this was the start of launch HP damage down. So this is one of those fights that theoretically Sid Reynn shouldn't be able to do because they reduced midair, brave, and HP damage. But the thing that happened was that Sid did it anyways via modifiers and other things of the like. So anyone who says Sid Reynn couldn't do this with Lufenia is either lying to you or uninformed or stupid. So ignore that. Yeah, if you kill one of the ads, it'll warp, you said, GGTube. Let's not get caught up too much into the details of the fight. You really could just blow them up. You could also HP silence the boss, and that's the route I went. I found this on Discord. People were running Arciella here, and so I decided to follow through with that. And I ended up running Yuna, Arciella, and LD twins. I was being stubborn, and I probably didn't have to do this, because Arciella's damage isn't great. I got Arciella's high armor because I was missing the turn requirement by like 1 consistently. So I got Arciella's high armor, and then I booked the twins armor, and I was able to stretch it out. But that was definitely like a super suboptimal run. It was very possible to just blow this boss up and not feel much trouble. I think that was mostly this fight was mostly just a damage sponge, provided you dealt with the mechanics and didn't get blown up by the main boss. Not too much to say about that. Oh, you meant GGTube correcting. If you killed the ads and the boss warped, it'll resummon the ads. Yeah, which could be beneficial or bad depending. Because sometimes if you're relying on HP damage, like for the twins example, you want the ads to be alive. So it's actually in your benefit for the thing to warp and for you to plan around it. So there are a lot of avenues to go about this fight. Turn manipulations, and again, one issue with this fight, and I'm going to stress this, was that I hate the counting of turns. Because it's very easy to forget and question yourself unless you have like a notepad, like, oh right, I'm on turn 9, I'm on turn 10, and you might kill a run like that. So there was a lot of variety in this stage. Thanks for pointing that out. The ads did the LD attacks most of the time, one-shot the party. Who were the ads? It was a least mannequin, right? Am I remembering that wrong? Oh no! It was a Pinello mannequin and a Warrior of Light mannequin who both had LDs. Okay, that's why you brought the HP silence. Okay, I remember now. You brought the HP silence so Warrior of Light and Pinello wouldn't blow you up. Did calls and C65 count towards turns? I actually do not know. I don't know that for sure. Compendium is saying that it's if you act 10 more times in a row. So I think action counts as the turn counter going up, but I'm not sure. I'm not 100% sure on that. I'd have to double check. So don't. And I'm sure you could find a video where a C65 and a call was used and see if the count ticks up, but that's worth checking. But really, if you ask anybody who did this fight really wasn't that bad. You could sneak away with an LD only twins and a twins friend, or if you already had a burst plus, and just go to town on the main boss. And hitting that 850k sounds ridiculous, especially to players who didn't have the numbers and context, who can't count. But 850k in one turn from one character, especially it was in the beginning of the fight you had to do that. So it was very easy to just rush them down, burst early, bring out all the guns, and then just pump the brakes a little and slow down, and then just wait the rest of it out. It's really a damage race in the beginning, and then you can cool in the later half. Zidane, Bart, Squall, GGTube saying Zonde, Ace, Struggle. Yeah, Stimpy did run Zonde here. There's a ton of characters who can actually hit that condition. We just don't think about it because we never think in terms of how total damage. But yeah, tons of possibilities. This fight ain't that bad. MVPs for this fight were obviously twins. Garland friends. There was just a lot of options. Like I said, I ran Arciella for the silence, so I didn't have to see anything from the ads. Yuna for the auras, and twins for the damage. Ended up working out pretty well. Overall, good impressions from both twins and Garland. They both got the goods. Who were the other characters featured here? Must not have been very important. It looks like it was Sabin. I think Sabin was on the... Which banner was Sabin on? I don't know how to find banners on Compendium. Shout out to Compendium, by the way. Well, Sabin and Rosa were both on these banners. I think Sabin was on the Garland banner and Rosa was on the Lann and Reynn banner. It doesn't matter. You're not pulling for them at this point. Yeah, that's mostly what's important. I think I got everything now. So let's turn the chat on. And if you're watching this after the fact and you don't want to hear me just screw around with chat a little, then you're gonna want to skip ahead now. Okay. So we have 57 people in here. Sweet. 57 people and 16 likes on the video. What was the big drop off for? Oh, weird. You always pull for the waifus. True. Were there any misconceptions or things you guys thought I missed out on with talking about this? Because this fight really, maybe it's because I HP silenced it, so I'm not remembering much about the fight. But really, the thing that sticks out the most about this fight is that it got blown up badly. People were losing their minds until we actually got our hands on the fight, and there was like, oh, maybe it's not that bad. That's what I remember most. Make that 17 likes, 22 likes. Oh yeah, see that's why I say it, because then it blows up, and they're like, oh yeah, let me. If you're just passively listening, it does work. Like that's a proven thing with like YouTube content. If you just ask, like I remember initially when I started asking people to subscribe when I was like sub 1,000 subscribers, and it just like blew up. It really does make a difference for just like 2 seconds of effort. By the way, Twins and Sabin were on the same banner, and then Golbez and Rosa were on the other banner. I think I free ticketed Rosa. I never used her though because she's kind of mid. If people look at the variety and not the fight, they realize, yeah. Asim is saying that the boss would do a Brave plus Brave plus HP from... Oh, I didn't transition it over. Whoops. They would do a 199 Brave hit, but the boss had I Brave. That boss wouldn't get out of broken status and still do HP damage. I remember that actually. I remember getting hit by an HP attack. So yeah, this fight actually wasn't terribly dangerous if you kind of just knew what you were doing. It ended up working in our favor. Yeah, anything else, guys? I'm gonna let people ask questions if need be about this fight in general, because it really wasn't all that bad. Really, it was not. I'm trying to remember, is there anything else in here? Nothing's coming to mind. The co-op melted because Twins kind of destroy everything. Their LD really is just a nuke. It's actually kind of funny. Did Rosa and Sabin? No, Sabin, no, because High Armor Plus existed when they already came out. I don't think I talked about Garland's High Armor. Garland's High Armor Plus is the Brave Armor, so he gets his Brave cap up like crazy also. This fight was the third time the game ended. You need 3 burst plus. Oh boy. How useful are the Twins after the cycle? Great question. I guess I didn't cover that much. Yeah, Twins, I think I mentioned earlier, but the Twins remain very, very good. For instance, on Queen's Lost Chapter Lufenia that had triple bosses, the Twins were the MVP there because of their effect going up like crazy when there's 3 targets. Twins are still a very good friend unit because they do a lot of damage. They do just melt things. They are definitely very, very valuable. I'm thinking whether I'd go for their bursts in global, knowing that I do now, and I think I might. Because there's some really, honestly, all the banners in this cycle are just really good. Garnet, Auron, Twins. They're just all real good. No complaints there. Was this around when the paid banner came back? Was this the Titus, Porum, and Galuf banner? Was that around this time? Or wait, no, that was before Shulk. Never mind. Ignore that. I'm scrolling through the banners. Going for Twins burst and Orange banner personally, yeah, that's probably a good deal. That's if I were to make a rough comparison, I'd say Twins on Auron might be similar value to Bart's on Tifa potentially. Oh, Vanille. Wow, okay. Thanks for reminding me about Vanille, because I'm sitting here looking at her. We do have to talk about Vanille. Vanille can be next. Thanks for shouting that out, because I might have missed her. Because unfortunately, I did forget about her. That's not a bad thing. It's just me forgetting. Oh man, Vanille takes. I'm so glad you reminded me. Oh, buddy. Yeah, against Shiva, Auron. Yep. Who remember? I don't remember this paid banners because I'll be looking at them. Nuh-uh. No siree. What up, Hefty Jongle? What up, Sine Wave? What up, y'all? Okay, if there's nothing else on the Twins, I think we can keep it moving. We're 33 minutes in, and I think I spelled 12 in the beginning, so we're making good time so far. We're getting faster. The Vanille takes, yeah. I think I'm gonna talk about Vanille next. Thanks for reminding me, because Vanille was too funny to forget. Let's switch over the picture to Vanille. All right, let's talk about Vanille. Vanille was on one of those weird in-between banners, right? And she got a rework. Her rework, it made her skill 1, I believe it's 50% splash. Let me double check. Because I ain't used her in a bit, to be honest. I don't remember exactly. I know her skill 2 is 100% AoE now. That's the big thing. Where is my pages? See, I would have pulled up a Vanille page, but I forgot about her. Scrolling through Discord now. Vanille. There we go. So Vanille's skill 1, Deprotect, more brave hits, and it's got 50% splash. And her skill 2, more brave hits, and it's got 100% AoE, and it refunds Vanille's brave afterwards. So her damage got upped. Obviously she's also probably the best farmer now, because her skill 2 is just lightning fast. I use her when I'm autoing my World of Illusions. Very, very hefty. Her LD, it's a 100% AoE attack. She gets a brave refund, and she gets a new buff as well. And it's got an interesting conditional where when the enemy is debuffed, the party gets 20% brave damage up and 10% HP damage up. And when when the enemy's debuffed is one condition, and when the enemy does not have buffs on is the other condition. So the ideal condition for Vanille's auras to be a max, which is 20% HP damage up and 40% brave damage up, are the enemy has debuffs active and no buffs of their own. Does that make sense? Her call, we already have it. It's just, Caleb Kane, shout out to you for subscribing. She also has debuff start on her LD, which is amazing, because this turns her into a god level call to drop her defense and attack down. Specifically, I prefer the defense down, because that's a fat ass like 80% defense down, ain't it? Yeah, she got that is some good stuff for. So we had her LD, we knew her call ability already, it was just Dispel. And then we have for her LD call, which is the effect is it functions similarly to her LD buff, to where if the target has a debuff, HP damage up, but it's like cut in half for all of it. So it's total 20% HP damage, 20% brave damage up, 10% HP damage up, blah blah blah, numbers, and gain is stolen overflow. So that's already a good LD call, but mostly her LD call is great for, or both of her calls I should say, if you have her LD passive maxed, assuming, you get debuff start on that defense down. So it's similar to Ferris's LD call for the defense down, but it's generic, but it's also not taking up as many debuff slots. It's just taking up 2 generic slots. So I love Vanille's call. She got solid upgrades. Her defense down is already ridiculous. She got HP damage up on top of it and party brave damage up, and her personal damage got upped as well. So she got the goods. There were more smooth brain Sarah comparisons for some reason for Vanille again that I don't quite understand. Who I think Cryle reran on this banner as well. Twins Burst run it. I definitely don't regret picking Vanille up. I don't think I ever ran her in my main party, but definitely as a call, she got a lot of love from me, and I definitely could have, but me not running her is just indicative of my laziness. There was no event attached to this, but she was synergy for, I believe, Garnet's thing, her intertwine will, which is the first thing, and she was synergy for the twins thing. And since she's got the AoEs and the dispels and the good stuff, she was obviously very valuable on both. All right, chat time. I saw y'all getting a little rowdy, so it should be fun to actually check it out. If you're not interested in me going back and forth with chat and elaborating, skip over this. GG2 of the Vanille takes. Oh my god. Yeah. Poor Vanille, they did you dirty. That's cap. Never mind that Vanille's great in the party as a call slave. Her damage sucks. Yeah, everything is damage. Her dispel also dispels more. Does it? It might. Let me double check. I don't think it changed, did it? If you remember that, it's probably right. You don't just remember things like that randomly. Oh, wow, yeah, you are right. She dispels 2 additional buffs now. Good call. I didn't remember that. I missed over that. That's like Kadaj randomly dispelling. Like I had no idea that Kadaj dispelled on his EX. That's so funny to me. It's just one of those things you forget about, but it makes sense because he needs to get his framed debuffs up. Yeah, wow, 2 additional debuffs from all enemies, up to 8. So she can dispel 8 debuffs now. That's pretty good. What else chat saying? She's faster than Tifa and Yuffie skill 2? I think so. She really looks faster. I think strongest generic defense down in the game. I am inclined to agree. And she gets more defense down if you ever debuff armor and she's in the party. Speaking of armors, what kind of armor does she get? Let me find that. Just for the armor nerds. I'm assuming, I think she got party split, but let me double check. She did get party split armor. Yep, just as I thought. Look at that memory. Smooth brains. Can't wait for the future Saz hot takes. I hate it here. Why am I being pinged on Discord? The Origin demo is live now for PS5 people. Y'all. Can y'all hear my PS5 in the background? I'm downloading this right now. Hey, yo. Is it up right now? I don't see it. What's this game called? Oh, nah. Oh, it's downloadable. The data's it's corrupting people's drives. What? Okay, timestamps. What is going on? Wait, what? I'm sorry, guys. I should focus on the stream, but Final Fantasy or Stranger of Paradise. I searched Final Fantasy and it didn't come up. All I'm seeing is 14. Stranger. What if I type in Stranger? This is a. let me just switch the stream thing over right now while I screw around. This is why you guys come, right? Seem to be an idiot. Okay. Stranger. I might stream it later. Not today, but maybe like during the week. It's not on my PlayStation. Maybe I need to close my store. It's endlessly corrupting. All right, I'm not touching the demo. Thanks, Indolent Lord, for saving my PS5 potentially. I'm gonna leave it alone. All right, back on topic. Vanille. Vanille's very strong. Her damage isn't there, but you're not bringing Vanille for damage. You're bringing Vanille for her auras and her debuffs. I don't know what else to say about Vanille. Cryle was on the banner, so if you ain't Cryle by this point, it's a decent place to pick her up. But otherwise, not much to say about here. Again, she is synergy. Chat, do you have any takes about Vanille? Let me change it back already. Jesus, why did I jump over? I'm a mess. I'm trying to play this game. Y'all don't understand. She's the best debilitator in the game, hands down. Yeah, I'd agree with that. She's got very good abilities. I just can't speak for her personally, but she's definitely got that really. I don't want to whittle Vanille down to a call, but that is what I did with her. So I have to give that a shout. But in that regard, having that the spell available and the defense down, and the fact that you could double tap the defense down was very, very valuable for my uses. I'm paying attention. What she was in 13. She's just a debuffer. Her and Cryle fulfill that same role of you don't bring her for damage. It's just more inconsistent standards. And when they don't do enough, some people are there not for damage, and they're like, you don't bring Porum for the damage, but no one brings up Porum's damage. So who knows? Damage is better than debuffs. True, unless it's Jack's call and Kurisame's call, then debuffs are better. Vanille is a debuff 50. True. Vanille is good at weakening enemies. Her biggest issue is her damage, obviously, and she can turn rate pretty hard and inflate turn count. Yep, she can, but you can always compensate that with bringing more damage. It's probably bringing more damage is probably the easiest thing to solve in the entire game. That's why we have damage dealers. But then, you know, things like Paladin can happen, and they can be like, oh, they're just a damage dealer. They don't do anything else. And then you miss turn count. So it's just the consistencies for me, bro. Yeah, not much to say else about Vanille. If y'all don't have any more takes, I'm gonna keep it moving. I'll just give it another minute. Yeah, the Stranger of Paradise demo is not working, apparently. I hate it here. I think Ferris is enough for a debuffer, potentially. Good thing she makes your other characters do more damage. Hey, we can only think in one dimension. There is only one character on the screen, and if they don't do damage, then that's it. Dear God, imagine the horrors of thinking in terms of more than one character at a time. It's almost like a character is more than one part of their kit, and how they fit in a team, and how they can work with others. It's a very foreign concept. Consistency. I really want to play this game. Does she do more damage than Kadaj? I think so. Just by nature of having a 100% AoE skill and a splash skill, it's 50%. Yeah, I don't think Kadaj can ever. I think Kadaj has a harder time reaching that limit. I can't count that higher on my fingers. Character is just a damage dealer, proceeds to pull Squall and Tifa. I could have the just a damage dealer talk all day, because it's not like I was talking to some dude earlier, and he was insisting that Palom has bad damage, and then I talked about Palom's damage ceilings and how he can potentially, in one turn, assuming Palom gets a break, if he hits both of his caps each time, that is 140k main target twice and 70k on the splash target twice, which I believe, so that'd be 21k times 2, which is 420k. And then he said 420k damage per turn in global is average at this point, or subpar. It's meh. I don't know. The Palom takes are horrendous. The whole Palom's annoying thing, I mean, that's a halfway valid take as a meme. Like, you can just be like me and say, oh, I don't care about this character, and I have my roster is sufficient enough to where I don't need it, but I can acknowledge its strengths. That's a reasonable take. But saying you hate the voice, bruh, Palom and Porum are the same voice actor, so that is Omega Cap. it's so much cap to say you don't like the voice and you're pulling for Porum. If you pull for Porum because she's meta, but you skip Paladin because he's an annoying voice, but they have the same voice actor, just slap. Nobody respects Paladin because he's an annoying character in 4. Well, yes, but how often we only pull out the annoying character thing when we're not interested in the character? Because I know for damn sure what's an annoying character is really good in this game. Like Machina now. Machina's good. Everybody hates Machina. We pull for annoying characters when they're good. So let's stop the cap. Let's just stop the cap. Let's cease the cap. I don't want Palom LD immediately. I don't want to talk. Why am I talking about Palom during the Vanille stand? Let's keep moving. Jesus Christ. We can save that for near the end as we go off topic. Okay, we're moving on to Garnet, guys. Moving on. Oh yeah, nobody likes Vaughn. Yep, thank you. Nobody likes Vaughn. Nobody likes Vaughn. All right, moving on. Let me just transition over. Get my Garnet picture up. There's that. Transition. Okay, Garnet's intertwined will. I believe this was the first intertwined will, and they're doing some weird fan fiction again, where they do lost chapters, but not really. So it's lost chapters 2, and they throw some filler story in here. I think the story during this one, I didn't read it. I just didn't care. It had something to do with Gao and Gabrant and finding a snack or something stupid. I don't know. Garnet did not get a rework, and we were still kind of in fear-mongering mode at the time, and we're like, oh no, Garnet's not gonna get a rework, she's done for. Ah! And then Garnet came out and she was really good, and that noise kind of just fell to the wayside again. It's really Pepperidge Farm remembers, bro. That's what really gets me. I remember the no rework equals bad takes. Again, it always be happening, my lord. But let's talk about this LD that she got. All right, so it's an AoE attack. It's a double HP attack, and it batteries. But the attack isn't that important. It just does damage, and it batteries normal damage stuff. But Garnet got some good stuff off of it. She's got an overhead now, and her overhead is interesting. So she gets weakness damage up, HP damage up. She gets self brave gain up in overflow. She also gets party weak damage up, party HP damage up, party overflow, party brave gain. So she's got a very small brave gain up, and it's a little bit sad because she has support armor. She does not have the battery armor for herself. But anyways, while this overhead is up, it goes up by 1 every time. I think C65s and calls can trigger it. Looking in the comments or the chat for someone to check that out. Oh yeah, thanks for chat. It does heal. It's a heal button as well. I don't know. I don't remember exactly when it ticks up, but Garnet becomes reverse Vivi. I hate you. She gets a ton of attack up as well. Kind of like she gets 120% attack up. So the overflows and the attack up mean that her skills are doing a lot effectively with all that overflow and attack up and Brave stacking that she's getting. That's the kind of the cool thing about split HP damage, because if you're hitting hard enough and if you're doing enough damage with enough modifiers, you can effectively like do 100% AoE, which is very nice. So Garnet's damage is fine. She also got upgraded HP pluses and Brave pluses. Her Water Brave plus batteries more, I believe. Her Water HP plus has more hits, and her Thunder one has, I think one of them, yeah, her Thunder HP plus has 2 HP attacks now. So those got upgrades, although I don't know how frequently you're pressing them, but yeah, they're good now. Anything I'm forgetting about Garnet's LD? So her base kit didn't change, but she's going to be just inherently more powerful just by virtue of the stat ups she got on her LD. She got her armor is the support armor, and it's also the party split armor, so she's got an equal distribution of Brave and HP cap up for the party. LD call, nothing significant. It's just she does big damage with her LD, basically. Very big damage. And the buff thing ticking up on when it, I guess I didn't really mention how her actual LD works. But when it gets to 4 stacks, it brings down just a follow-up on whoever's turn it is. And it ticks up on, so like with turn stealers, Garnet's very, very good because this thing will always be ticking up, and you can just follow up passively on the off turn. So she can just sit there and be very, very useful. I am a big fan of what they did for Garnet. Her value was readily available, like immediately as soon as people saw the damage. She busted out the metal face from Xenoblade. Very, very strong. The follow up, let's see, it batteries the party. It's a brave gain, batters the party afterwards. HP damage, yeah, very solid. Let me check out chat real quick. Heals, reverse heavy. C65's do proc it. Alphino saying it ticks up after every action, ally and enemy. Oh, and after enemies is a good shout too. So if the enemies are stealing turns a lot, old metal face will come back down and shoot them and get your turns back. So it functions similarly to Sid, but Sid is a bit more selfish than Garnet. Garnet can more easily just sit there. So GGTube saying she does work very well with Zidane, because Zidane can steal a bunch of turns and her follow-up will still be going off in the background. Her enchant is still buff based, which is unfortunate. So that's a negative for turn stealers, because she does need to reapply the buff to had them take advantage of that. But as long as you just weave in a turn and let her press a button, you're good for a very long time. So while it is a potential issue, as long as you're just being reasonable, it shouldn't really be too big of a deal. I think I touched on everything. Her calls, calls real quick. She's got the water call, and it's a self water enchant, and it drops the water. It's not a party water enchant, so that's sad. And her LD call, it does the big damage, and you got overflows and HP damage up, but still no imperil for the party. I am premiumly late today. That's fine, dude. As long as you're here. As long as you're here, it's all good. Yeah, so Garnet, those follow-ups are very strong. I pulled her. Very glad with what they got her. Her damage is ramped up so significantly that she maintains relevance without needing a rework. It's very apparent. People still running her to this day. She's very strong. Obviously, attack and damage brave damage has never been her strong suit, but with the weakness damage up and bringing multiple supports in the party, which people have a hard time with sometimes, you could bring multiple like attack and brave damage buffers. She can do fine. She can keep up. Her damage is very competitive, and she's got better heals and better all-around stuff. So yeah, Garnet gets a giant thumbs up. This Lufenia did also get clapped. Let's talk about the Lufenia then, shall we? Let's see. Oops. Oh yeah, Camlinaut was on this banner, and he got high armor plus. Camlinaut burst waiting room, right, y'all? Garnet does she have debuff start? Did I miss that? Garnet does have really good auras. Yes, she does. Does she? I don't think she has debuff start. Let me double check. No debuff start? Yeah, that's what I thought. She just starts off with the stack of her thing. But yeah, no debuff start. So you gotta apply that. You gotta start doing weakness damage on your own. Did they fix the Yuffie cheese? Yeah, that was just a straight up bug, and because HP values were busted, and it was messing up a lot of characters. Like Lena and Porum suffered for it because overflow HP wasn't working right, and it messed with the fight some. So Garnet, Lann and Reynn, Vanille, Kryl, Cam, and Irvine were synergy here. And there were 3 Antlions. So we fought 2 of them before, but now we got to fight 3. And this was it was again, people flipped out preemptively at this fight, and then we actually got our hands on it, and it kind of just melted. The orb was +1 on thunder brave damage and +1 on water brave damage. So it was a +2 if you hit both, which obviously Garnet can do. The thresholds for this, it was, if if one of the Antlion's HP fell below 80%, it went away, and it came back at 40%. So you had a long period of time where the orb was just not active. So just burst damaging and getting around it was pretty simple to do. When the boss started off, it reduced your HP by a percentage, so you get just like whacked. It was very scary. Very scary to get your HP reduced by these guys, but they could kill you with the initial attack. And this is another threshold-based attack they have. I don't remember the exact numbers, and they're not super important. They could throw max HP down on you as well, and I think they still countered melee, if I remember correctly. Maybe. I don't remember that for a fact, but I know these guys didn't like melee, and I believe they granted themselves framed buffs. So it was like brave regen, defense and attack up. So that was where Vanille would come in. She could dispel these buffs. Beatrix actually worked fantastically for this. Beatrix was amazing here, but I'll go into that a little later. But these guys, it was very easy to die here because their eye brave was really high and they had brave regen. So if you didn't potentially dispel that buff, or you didn't drop their eye brave down, or you didn't have some sort of mitigation, or if you didn't heal up real quick, it was very easy to get one shot if you weren't paying attention. But if you were paying attention, these guys, especially with twins like Burst Friend on the team, they melted like crazy. And Beatrix, who I had just previously mentioned as being MVP here, her Paladin's protection can just protect you through a lot of their stuff. And Beatrix also dispels, and Beatrix has the off-turn follow-up if an enemy gets hit, which is very good. That also dispels. So Beatrix was just mad safe here. It was actually hilarious. This fight did take a while, mostly because there was 3 enemies. You had to sit through a lot of animations, but this fight was also relatively manageable. I'm trying to think who else could hit the orb that wasn't Garnet. Twins obviously have a... Wait a second. Is Twins move water and... No, it's Thunder and Geocrush and water and ice, I believe. So Twins could tick up the orb once. Beatrix in the off turn could tick up the orb +1 because she's got Thunder and Shan on her stuff. Dash in the party for the HP damage reduction of the party. I guess Reno, Ferris. I don't want... There might have been Mog and Ferris runs. Mog, Ferris, Raijin, they might have been running here. I don't exactly remember, but there were definitely a lot of options. I'm seeing GG2 read out some teams. Zidane, oh yeah, Ashe. Ashe is a good call. Dash, Beatrix, Vayne, Cloud of Darkness, Cloud of Darkness, Twins, Vanille. Yeah, oh yeah, Gladio. Gladio was a boss here. Yuna was a boss here for the dispelling. I mean, the cleansing of the buffs they did. They countered melee if you didn't hit them with weakness first. And they were straight up launch immune. So you couldn't launch it all here. And there was a Sid Reigns run. I need to find it. But there was a Sid Reigns run here because Sid Reigns does Essen of the party, and he does dispel boss buffs. So even if he couldn't launch and do damage, he's got the utility to get through this fight. So again, the Sid Reigns fear-mongering falls flat on his face once again. I need to find that video and share it out because it's actually pretty funny. X-Death debuff works too. Ooh, I didn't know about that. Yeah, X-Death should be good here because he's got the AoEs. Ashe, is there a point where you can use multiple? No, let me finish what I have to say about the fight. So for this fight, I ran Garnet, Beatrix, and Yuna. Garnet plus Beatrix is pretty friggin' free here because if you know when the thresholds are coming, you can just throw a Paladin Protector and they just can't kill you no matter how much they try. Beatrix follows up after enemies gets hit due to her LD boards, and so she's keeping their buffs off at all times. Thunder Slash is great against 3 targets. Garnet obviously handles the orb, but there were a ton of options here. Again, really not that bad of a fight. Once you got the hang of it, you could just steamroll it. It did take a while because you had to watch through like poison animations and HP poison animations, and the bosses taking their turns back and just hitting you with the HP attacks. But otherwise, this fight was also relatively manageable. This is, again, another reason I'd say, wow, Beatrix is amazing. I love her. Just fights like this where she just came in the clutch. I think that's all I had to say about the fight. So let's talk to chat now. Switch that over. So GG2, they did gravity-based HP attacks. Yeah, they cannot kill you. Beatrix OP for it. Yeah, Beatrix, Twins, Garnet can melt it. People just need to chill out. Yep. Tree Man OP for the Lufenia Plus. Alpha, no, you're a crackhead. Yeah, Zidane was doing fine here too. Ash Reynn dispels. The only thing he doesn't do is heal and peril. Yeah, right. Twins friend. Oh yeah, Twins friend just kind of melted this boss. Like I think I popped a Twins friend and then I popped Yuna's burst and just let loose. And my God, they melted. It's kind of crazy. Major Huffhine says, is there a point where you can use multiple bursts aside from using a friend burst? That is how Burst Plus works in its entirety. If you max out if you fully realize a burst ability, you can press just the button and they'll do the finisher and you get the effect. I hope that explained it well enough. I remember seeing Emperor run for this fight. Yeah, Emperor. Setzer can obviously still eat on this fight because he's Setzer. Setzer Porum. There was a bunch of variety in this fight. Like it was right about now that people were like, maybe things were really blown out of proportion for Lufenia Plus, and it kind of just got better from here. And I said, just give it a month, like let things balance out, and it did. And you know, we're still I don't think we've gotten a State of Lufenia thread on Reddit this month yet, but you know it's bound to happen. Is this game downloadable yet? No, stop. Pay attention. Pay attention. 45k HP requirement. Oh, really? Was that? That's really funny. Could potentially wait a banner and grab Auron, who also wrecks this fight. Yes, Auron, who was on the immediate next banner, could come back and steamroll this fight. It was actually kind of crazy. Sounds like people were upset because they couldn't use the cool kids in this fight. More or less, or they had to adjust their strategy and kind of pace themselves and know what was going on versus just pressing buttons. Auron's good for this fight because when they attack you, Auron's counters are so good that him taking all those turns is going to result in a lot of off-turn damage, especially if he's enchanted. And off-turn damage on an elemental orb means the off-turn damage is taking up the orb, which gives you a lot of safety. Google confirms it's corrupted and unplayable. Oh, I hate it here. Oh yeah, his counter does ignore defense. Ignore defense is stalling slightly. People be like, no, I can't use Reign's RNA Lightning, game's dead. And the irony is that the people saying you can't use Reign's, you actually can. I'm pretty sure Reign's has done every single Lufenia to date. I need to put together a playlist. I might do a video compilation like a month before to just kind of smoke out all those anti-Reign's takes, like, oh, you know, we can't use them forever. Because it's just so very clearly not true. I'm hearing Shulk and Garnet good combo. Yes, Shulk and Garnet are a good combo, provided Shulk can buff Garnet again. But Shulk will take all the turns. Garnet will drop her follow-up on the off turn, and then Shulk will go back in for a buff refresh, and then go nuts again. That's a very good combo. Do you feel 8 debuff slots is enough right now in JP? Absolutely. I do not feel debuff crowding at all. So Auron will do well against those enemies on Death Lufenia when they have crazy defense. Yeah, Auron should, if you're having trouble with that fight. I mean, ideally you'd be able to power creep it before Auron, but he should be an option potentially down the line if you're having trouble with it. Yeah, Death Lufenia is like, at that point, that's got to be like 7 months old in global. So yeah. But yeah, Auron's a beast in general. We're gonna talk about him next. I just want to see if I missed out on anything for you guys. You guys remember any other takes around this time? Because again, people kind of got immediately shut up after this fight like got in our hands. Like you see the orb out of context and you see the bosses out of context, and it seems horrible. And then you actually play it and you're like, oh, never mind. Yeah, Death Lufenia is pretty awful. Why is my girlfriend sending me BTS videos? Okay. What would your plans be for Garnet and GL? Pull. Garnet good. Garnet very good. She's fun to play. I like that follow-up. I love how Final Fantasy X is killing Lufenia non-stop with the new releases. Yeah. The Final Fantasy X had to wait so long. It's good that they got justice. I remember people freaking out about the total HP the bosses add. Yes. Thank you, Alphano. I know you don't have the memory of a goldfish. it's just gonna, it's really gonna be a trip when this rolls around in global, and people are like, what are people freaking out about? Gems and souls for Garnet. True. Yeah, I feel that in Lillard. I feel that. I feel that. What's going on with this demo? Final Fantasy X characters are my favorite in game, except for Lightning and Fran. What? 10? Lightning and Fran? Oh, okay. I think I read that backwards. You meant, you love Final Fantasy X, and you also love Lightning and Fran. I see where you're coming from. Who would win? 3 bosses with a total of 45 million HP, or 2 small twins? The twins, obviously. Have you seen that LD? Yeah, okay. It's phrasing. Phrasing is important. All right, we're doing good on time. We're gonna keep it moving if no one's got anything else. So, yeah, I got it. Depends on how you read things. I want to make my team using 10, Auron, Lulu, and Yuna. Lulu will get justice one day, just not yet. All right. I think I went over everything for that fight. I like how people say that Reign's a shutout for months after release, and even if that was true, they were still petty. The hive mind has no, like, brain. If you ever played Halo, like it's like the grave mind, where, you know, it's just a collection of thoughts, and, you know, they don't be thinking like coherent thoughts. They just kind of bounce everything off of each other, and no one points out any contradictions. You know, just a damage dealer, unless it's this damage dealer, or even though numbers wise they go even out. Like, I don't know, stupid's gonna stupid, basically. Sup, my dudes, what I miss? We are about to talk about Auron. Lulu EX Plus is gonna be bonkers. EX Plus, yep. Lulu, why is Lulu does not have an LD yet? Lulu is down horrendous. How is resources in JP at the moment? Do you feel players are being more pressured to pull in JP? I'm gonna ask you, Ro, to save these questions for the end, because I'm trying to chunk through all this stuff, and then we can screw around at the end. That being said, we got 65 people in chat, and we have 28 likes on the video. So if we could up that ratio a bit, I'd be very happy about that, yo. Well, anywho, let's keep moving over to Garnet. Yeah, we're off topic and violence near the end of the stream is what I'm trying to focus. Okay, let's transition it over to Auron. All right, back on topic. Auron did not get a rework. There were fears of Auron being dead on arrival as well, because he didn't get the rework treatment. But unfortunately, as I'm sure has gone down the grapevine now, Auron is broken! He got such a stupid, loaded LD. I don't know what they were thinking, but man, this is our story. This is your story. This is Auron's story now, baby. Oh my god, I don't know what they were thinking. They made Auron stupidly strong, and they didn't even give him a rework. It's just LD, which honestly, I like that they gave him a broken LD and didn't rework him, because now I don't have to think about much. His LD is so strong, I don't even know what it did. I just know it did good stuff. That's how you really know someone's like stupid, when you don't even know what they got. You just know it's good. It's 24 now. You're welcome. Thank you. So Auron gets an ignore defense LD attack. That's not the important part though, because he gets a new debuff, full break. It is a Final Fantasy X reference. He also drops his melee resist down, and he gets a new buff, time to change the story. Ooh, that's a fire name for a buff. Auron's so good. And then he grants a cover buff to the next to everyone in the party as well. And it's a cover buff. It's like Galuf or in Gladio, where he covers and he does a counter afterwards after he's hit. The counter is an ignore defense. It's a 3-hit Brave plus HP counterattack, AoE, and it's split damage, and it also reapplies his debuff, and then he heals himself after he counters, which is awesome. What else is notable here? He gets a Brave Plus that you'll never use, but it does battery the party unless you really needed to do that with Auron for some reason. His new buff that he gets from using his LD, he gets a personal Brave damage resist up by 80%, a personal HP regen of 10%. They made this man a cover tank. He gets overflow, he gets last stand versus debuff targets, which is pretty much all the time when you got Auron on the field, baby. You get 50% Brave damage up. Who needs a rework and you get this juice? And 20% HP damage up. Whew. And after he HP attacks, he gets a refund of 20% HP damage. Man, Auron is crazy. So he's got we got to talk about his debuff right quick too. So his debuff is enemy Brave and HP damage dealt reduced by 30%. I think. Is that it? Am I reading that right? I don't think I am. Hold up, I'm not reading that right. He's got some sort of HP damage up in his debuff. Let me GT2 help me here. I just know it's a debuff, you know, it makes you do more damage. 4K right here, y'all. I'm in 4K. Let's see, let me look at Discord right quick. Debuff. This is such weird phrasing. It's Brave damage dealt and HP damage dealt down. So I think I am right. I think it does do that. Am I right? So they deal less damage to the party. So they're not hitting us as hard. I think that's how it works. Leave me alone. It's 20% HP damage taken up. So it's 20% HP damage up on this debuff and 30% Brave damage up. So it's not melee resist down, but if you're doing a melee attack and they have full break active, you're doing more melee Brave damage. I think that's how it works. That's a bit sketchy to me, and unfortunately Auron's debuff got nerfed on his call ability. Feels bad. His regular call is just, it drops the melee resist down, and his LD call drops melee resist down and the full break debuff, but it is the call version of the debuff. So while it still has the whole enemy does less HP damage and Brave damage to you thing, it's only HP damage up by 5% and melee Brave damage up by 20%. So while it's still a good debuff for ramping up melee Brave damage, it's not nearly as powerful as it would be if Auron is in the party. It benefits everyone who does an HP attack, right? Just because it's HP damage up. And it's mostly the defensive sauce of it is just protecting the party. So the third thing Auron got was this cover buff. So when he drops his cover buff, whoever has it has defense up by 80%, which is huge. Brave damage resist up by 30% and HP regen. So he provides HP regen to the party, defense up, and Brave damage reduction. And so his debuff, when his debuff is active, the bosses deal 30% less HP, 30% less Brave damage, and the person who's getting hit takes 30% less Brave damage. So that's 60% in total for the party, which is just really, really good. I don't think he got any buffs to the party necessarily in terms of like attack, but the HP damage up and the Brave damage up for the party and the melee resist down. So if you have other melee attackers on the party, Auron is the one to go with, because that is a lot of good stuff. You feel me? I think that's pretty much all I had to say about Auron. Pretty straightforward. Yeah, he's got that good counter, and then he's so self-sufficient because he hits him and then he recovers his own HP. What you can't really ask for more. This is like a quintessential upgrade. Unfortunately, Auron being this good kind of poisoned the well a bit, where people might potentially be skipping Galuf for Auron, who's like 5 months ahead in global at this point. for one, 5 months is a really long time. Second, Auron is all buff and debuff based, so that could potentially be a bit more limiting for him. And Galuf dodges while Auron eats the attacks. I don't think, let me read his buffs again, but I don't think Auron provides party. No, Auron does not. There is HP damage resist, but it's on the debuff. It's not a buff, so they work very differently. Galuf has universal 50% brave damage up, whereas Auron's increasing melee damage dealers stuff. Otherwise, if you're not doing melee damage and Auron's on the team, you're only benefiting from his HP damage up 20%, provided Auron's on the team. So they were completely different. I think Glad. Oh, Jesus Christ! Too many stupid counter tanks. Galuf has a bigger HP regen, and he has a lot more going for him. Double tap counters. Galuf is a senior citizen. Auron is not immortal like Galuf. Yeah, thank you. Galuf did get the goods. I just did use them in 2 videos back to back. Galuf is a better. Okay, ignoring chat. Y'all are hideous. Stop. Yeah, please. It's definitely a smooth brain take to skip. And then, Gladio's getting LD boards. It's really just me saying, put some respect on Galuf's name. It's another one of those situations where if you talk to people who play JP and have Galuf, and you propose the idea of skipping Galuf for Auron, they'd be like, why would you do that? Whereas that kind of permeated somehow. Don't know how, but it is what it is. Where was I going with that? Yeah, so Auron is still really good. He pairs really well with Jekt, who is right afterwards. He pairs well with Tidus, who does melee attacks, except for his follow-up on his shooter. But Auron pairs really well with a lot of people, and he's still going strong in JP just because his counters are so abusable. Big fan of his. He definitely got the goods. I know Blind Eye was messaging me like crazy when Auron came out. We were so happy that he got the goods because he for real did. I don't think I need to speak more for Auron. I think it's pretty self-explanatory the amount of hype he's getting. He's a really, really strong character. 7 was on the banner. Not much else to say about that. Shout out to Indolent Lard again. 7's waifu, but you know, they could have done a little bit more for her on this banner. Oh, buddy. Skip all tanks for Zac Burst. Facts. Lufenia. So this was a boss rush. Lann and Reynn were still synergy. Keep that in mind. It was a Lufenia. There was a hard boss. Was it very hard? I think it was very hard plus. So the way they did boss rush to account for our power levels in Lufenia plus was instead of having 50 turns per party, it was 30 turns per party. I think it was either 30 or 20. No, it was 30. It was definitely 30. The first wave was this whale-looking boss. Remember, this is not Lufenia plus. This is just regular Lufenia. So we have Lufenia level reductions, and you're not getting your damage tanked as hard as you would previously. So, shut up, phone. The orb for the first wave, and it never fell off, and after 80% it turned on, was the target needed to get, I think it was melee, weakness, brave damage, right? Yeah, that sounds about right. So you need to hit melee weakness for the +2, and another plus on the orb was +2 when you take reduced brave damage due to buffs, including special effects. So like any tank like Warrior Light, Snow, Guy, if you really wanted to, Bosch, Galuf, Zac. So the amount of brave reduction via buffs is just so funny and so frequent that this was not a hard orb to hit. The issue with the fight though was that they could warp, and it ended up being just kind of an auto fest with Auron. To be honest, I don't remember the exact condition with their warp, but they just, as I think it was pretty much every turn after you acted, they'd jump in front and do something. Auron, I'm kind of curious to see how that fight worked with Auron, because they didn't do much digging. Because whenever they'd pull up on the off turn on you, Auron would just counter them, and it actually made the fight take a really, really long time. Like it took a stupid long time. I don't know why they made this boss, and it wasn't a I wouldn't say it's bad. It was just more like it was just wasting time, just watching them jump in front of you and over and over and over. And what I did for this first wave was I brought Auron, and then I didn't bring any more melee idiots. I brought Beatrix, because she could do the off turn, because she does the counter after their turn, and I brought Xdeath. And so what I did with Xdeath was I took Xdeath's speed passes off, and I put an Aerith Call on him to boost his attack by 80%. I think I brought Ifrit too, so I cranked up Xdeath's burst attack like crazy, and then I just let him sit there, and and then he would just counter every turn. And so I barely acted when doing this fight, and it's very possible to just do that. I wanted to do it to see if it would work, and it did, but I wouldn't do that again. Yeah, after allies act, they would work. Okay, thank you. So yeah, that was a thing. This fight really wasn't too toxic in the first wave. Plenty of ways around it. Like we have so many brave reduction characters that it was manageable pretty much in every regard. And again, it's regular Lufenia, not Lufenia Plus. It has way less. We were hitting cap damage all the time, basically, is what I'm trying to say. Yeah, not much to say about that wave. What was the next one? They did the thing where they copy paste the orbs from the previous energy cycle. Now here it was the count steams, the deuce bosses, and it was the Garnet orb where you had to take water and thunder damage. So if you got Garnet's LD, you want to use her here. GG2 pointing out 3 teams for full rewards. Yeah, good shout on that. Yeah, a thunder and water again. So not very big of an orb. I'm trying to remember if they did anything significant. See, this fight, I thought I remembered everything, but this fight didn't stand out too much in my mind, to be honest. I think they resisted melee again. So they wanted Auron on the first wave, but they didn't want him much on the second wave. Let me scroll to the abilities real quick. I don't remember anything, but that also doesn't mean anything. I should have ran through my old videos. Maybe I'll run through my old content before I do these next time. That'll probably be a little bit helpful, to be honest. Yeah, nothing out of the ordinary for this fight that's coming to mind, aside from just normal count steam stuff. Yeah, just keep the orb up and don't die. Keep yourself healed. Nothing big there. Garnet obviously helped with the off-turn stuff and her burst heals from recovering from whatever the count steams did to you. Beatrix again, very good here for the protection and the off-turn thunder damage. So if you enchanted her, you're good to go. Mog Chads could probably rise up since it's a water orb. They were launch immune. Were they launch immune? I believe you're right. They were launch immune on this wave. So don't bring Reynns on this wave. Well, I guess you could if you really wanted to, but I don't see why you would. Because there were 3 waves. Was the turtles launchable? Looks like it. Yeah. Okay. Cool. Yeah. Nothing much to say about that wave. Thanks for helping me out here, guys. And then count steam next. And then it was the 9. Was it only 3 waves? Wasn't there a 4th wave on there? I could have sworn there was something else. Was there not? Oh. Oh, my food's ready. You don't hear that? Beeping in the background. Yeah, 9 lost chapter boss again. This boss also wasn't very special, and I think the orb was just on the main. I don't remember where the orb was, but it was just the twins orb of deal 850k, and again, it's just Lufenia, not Lufenia Plus. So you could pop these guys and not really think about it. Only 3 waves. All right, cool. Even better. I didn't let these guys get a turn in my run in JP. Oh yeah, no, I think it was the ads that had the orb again. You just got to do 850k. Stimpy ran Golbez here. I believe it. You could just do so much damage here. 850k against regular Lufenia Plus with all the steroids we have now. That is very easy to hit. I ran Zidane. I think I ran like Zidane, Bartz, and like twins for the synergy bonus, and I just ran straight through them. This wasn't really a wave. They just melted. That was my slow cooker. I slow cooked some chicken thighs. I threw some Old Bay seasoning on them, some salt, Some more Cajun seasoning, pepper. I like extra pepper in my chicken thighs. And I've been slow cooking them for 4 hours. It's about to melt off the bone. I threw some extra like sesame oil on there too. Whoo, Lord. I'm gonna throw together some Brussels sprouts and some brown rice. We about to eat, baby. Wait, Dissidia. Yeah. So this boss rush, I'd say the first wave was probably the most toxic without Auron. But again, there were ways around that. Otherwise, not really much to talk about. Auron, I think I didn't mention his. I'm always cooking something. Yeah, I'm takeout. Everyone should learn how to cook. Cooking saves money, and it's almost always better for you. Cooking is actually very easy. You're just heating stuff up. Everyone should learn how to cook and make something. I'm always making my own food. I pretty much swore off takeout this month because I got lazy during the pandemic. But now we back in the gym. We cooking our food, watching our calories, making all kinds of gains. Eating healthy. Eat healthy, sleep well, drink water. Auron's got the debuff armor, I think. Let me double check. Does he have the debuff armor? Yeah, Auron's got the debuff armor, so that helps him a lot. And then he's got the split selfish cap. So he's going up to 13.5k a pop on each. Very good, very good. You could, yeah, that's all I had to say about the fight. So I'll turn it on chat mode to kind of fill in the gaps. Let's see, chat button on. Bam. I'm always cooking something. Yeah. The whale boss inflicted a debuff that negated brave gains. Oh, hello. That's important. Negated brave gains. Huh, why did I never see that? I wonder why. Maybe, oh yeah, you could, I think the way you got around that was just, excuse me. You just block off all your buff slots so they can never land the debuff. Hiccuping, man. Let's see. Stamping Golbez, 9 LC boss, nothing special. Are you still gonna 3 out of 3 Y'shtola or Zidane as you changed your opinion on Zidane's playstyle? If I get Zidane's burst, I don't know. I think I'm gonna go the Y'shtola route this time. If I get Zidane's burst, I'd probably 0 3 him and run Y'shtola a bit more just for the new game plus stuff, because I don't think I'd enjoy myself if I just ran Zidane and everything again. Yeah, definitely leaning toward the Y'shtola sort of thing. Lowest low is the way to go. Facts. Yeah, cook your food, guys. Hit the gym, cook food. Yeah, it's just because it was 30 turns, so it was a bit tighter. But if you just brought the damage for this burst, or for the Lufenia and the boss rush, it was pretty cake. So pretty manageable. Smelling good food cooking and can't get none is torture. iBrave cheese, Auron. I am not well versed in the iBrave cheese, but I'm sure there's some iBrave shenanigans you can pull off with Auron. If Gallup and Auron's 5 months apart, I don't see why you can't pull both. Stop making sense, damn it. Alpha No 3 out of 3 Y'shtola is OP. I wonder why you say that. Y'shtola's burst plus is trash since no damage. True. She does not do enough damage. She doesn't do 400k plus a turn. Put her in the trash. Your runs really showed me the benefits of Y'shtola and how to maximize her effectiveness. Yeah. Alpha No's crackhead runs Y'shtola. Kind of crazy, ain't it? Just respond to some messages. We'll be looking at chat again in a second. Nice. Thanks so much. Yeah. Shout out to Alpha No, bro. Funny part is that in good setups, she can reach like 300k to 400k with the Flatus. Yeah, it's always about the setups. And it's kind of just like a weird blindness where people, all the NPCs pull all the same units, and then they can't make stuff work well because they're trying to fit everything into these specific meta comps, and they don't know how to make other things work. And that ends up in a lot of like content blindness, which is not good. Non-damage characters shouldn't exist. Every fight just bosses with 100 million HP plus. That would be healthier. That sounds like hell. I'd hate that. No thank you. It's like you can run units you like and have fun and not resort to YouTube runs for opinions immediately. All I'm trying to say is I'm pumping that energy out there. I hope y'all can spread the gospel of using more than 2 brain cells. So I don't understand why you can't get both Auron and Galuf. I don't understand it either. I legitimately don't get it. I don't think people understand how much resources we get in the 5-month time span. Like, Jesus. I will skip Galuf because he's too old to be on the field. 25 runs in so far. She's been strong. Have you, Alphino, have you done every single Lufenia with her? I wish I had the tenacity to do that with Yuna, but I just don't. I have more of a desire to mix things up. Auron's OP, so skip all tanks ever. Maybe people on the impression that Gladio is going to have some insane tuning paths with LD boards, and he really doesn't. He's still just good Gladio, but it's not like Gladio's like broken at that point. He's still good. Twins burst cycle was definitely a nice burst cycle to just go through. Yeah, I agree. Be more than, yeah, it's James Haley. You're preaching to the choir, bro. We all of us understand that that's kind of a silly thing to do, but it I appreciate that you shoot down hot takes and hold people accountable for them without being a pompous jackass about it. Community needs more of that. Listen, I have to hold back because I could do that, and I realize how unproductive it could be because I am truly a jerk at heart. I could do that, I really could, but I really try to abide by the philosophy of try to eliminate bad ideas and don't blame the people because people's minds can change. People can think one way and have their mind change. So ideas and bad thinking are the enemy, not people. And I also, I'm a little bit of a jerk, but not too bad. Like if I were to, like y'all see me on the ranting hour, and I choose violence against my buddies, and I give them a hard time. But if I were to direct that energy to people who don't know me, like I could get really nasty. But growing up, I realized that's not a productive thing to do, and so I don't do it. It just doesn't help anybody at the end of the day. Maybe someone else will have the energy. I don't want that energy in my life. I really just don't. Is Galuf a must if you already have Gladio built? They work differently. They fill in different gaps. Logic when making hot takes is not existent. Gladio's old news. Wait for global when getting close to Auron. The new meta tank in JP and people like skip Auron get, yeah. I would still pull, yeah, Gladio's still good. It's just because what's gonna happen, I predict, is they're gonna be like, oh, he didn't get much with his LD boards, but he's still good. I don't even know if I'd recommend grabbing Gladio now on his last chapter. I mean, no, that's not true. If you don't have him, he's definitely a good pickup. I don't even know if I used him after his LD boards, to be honest. Can't say I did. I could have. Just didn't. The hot take is that Galuf is a better Gladio. Both directions of that are just kind of silly. And then Auron being in the mix. It's with like defensive characters that the community kind of just goes smooth brain. The same thing happened around the same time when like Warrior Light and Nine and Gladio were around the same time, and people saw the defense and cover role, and that's all they could see. Nuance was just completely dead, and it's just such weird thinking to me. Is defense ignore going to be the new meta? It's an option, not the new meta. It's just an option. Yeah, Gladio's definitely still. Why does Gladio does have an LD. Oh, are you talking about your Gladio? Any hot take of X is a better Y is just wrong. Generally, that's generally true. Sometimes it is. Like sometimes characters just step on each other's toes. Like I'm trying to think of an example. I'm trying to think of a recent example of that happening. I think no. Yeah, it's almost always wrong. It's almost always wrong. I can't think of anything recent that might have stepped on another unit's toes almost immediately after, because that did used to happen in the earlier game, where like things were a lot simpler and there weren't a lot of variables to consider. Like there's so many variables in the game nowadays. We're done talking about Auron, by the way, so we're kind of off topic. I'm going to hard cut the stream at 2 hours, guys. So this is off. This is a just general throw things at me and I'll talk about them time. If I want to, at least. regarding the game. Although, who knows what I'll change it to. So, let me pull it up. Speaking of, we have 62 concurrent viewers and 38 likes. I know we can catch that up. Some of y'all are here ain't like the video. Do me a favor, help me out. Break bonus up as the new meta. I haven't entertained that much, Josie Pasta, honestly. I'm sure it has some use. I know especially Noel has like break bonus up for the party, but I haven't really dug into that, but I'm sure there could be some funny shenanigans with it. Selfie and Kais. Oh lord. So like launching and tanking are two roles that the community just seems to not understand any nuance of. Lael and Sid Reigns is not a toe stepping thing because Lael buffs the party and he helps the party get in the air, whereas Reigns, the only thing Reigns has to do with launching is that is personally how he does damage. So yeah, not even close there. Lael and Reigns are light years apart. I sound like a church priest right before passing around the collection plate. All right, it's funny because your name's Bishop. Nightingale. Oh, I knew. I think I'm subscribed to him. I ain't seen the videos in a minute, but I wouldn't be surprised. That's a smart dude. Bishop, you saying that is funny. Let me look up the video because I can type it in chat. There's a very funny video I used to watch when I was younger. It was called We Are Young Money. It was based on the rap group We Are Young Money with Lil Wayne. And there was the second video when okay, I'm gonna type it in chat. Look up We Are Young Money too. I like showing y'all what funny things I listen to. It's just funny sometimes. But there's it's like near the end, and there's the pastor, like I think it's like named him like Eddie Long Dick or something, and he's like, "Oh, y'all better give me some money. What's in your wallet?" And the one guy's like, "Oh, $5, 5 and some change." Like, get the fuck out. And the other guy, "What's in your wallet?" And he's like, "500, bitch." He's like, "Yeah, pop that money, make it rain. I'm gonna make it rain." It's so funny. How old is this video? 10 years old. Oh no, why is this video so old? I'm gonna flip. I'm gonna pass on this one. Nah, watch the video. It's just funny. That video is funny as shit. I want to talk about which CC suck, which Crystal Chronicles suck. All of them. Are you excited for the Wait, Ope tonight? That's tonight? No. That's tonight? Did I finish farming the lewd co-op? Oh no! I didn't even do Noctis's Lufenia missions for the 90. Ah! How much did I miss? Most of it. It's easier to keep your debuffs on the calls. Dedicated debuffers on the party are a thing of the past to lead to the Kadaj Lufenia again. Elcont, I'm inclined to agree with the sentiment that I usually run my debuffs as calls. I haven't fully fleshed out that thought, but I find myself generally agreeing with that take. It's Ico's LD time. Ico is poop. Furian's LD. Oh man, if the LP said that's pretty hype. I'm excited then. Palom sucks because I used to have to use HP plus. I hate it here. I hate it here. What's going on with the Origins game, by the way? Does it work now? Because I'm trying to start this download. You feel me? I'm really trying to start this download. Let me keep talking to chat. Yeah, I mean, I'm reading you guys. Joke's on you. I'm gonna bring Kadaj and everything. I chose violence to get his LD and we used my baby boy. I have multiple questions there, but shout out to you. Make your boy work. Fearing about to rise from his grave, hopefully. Julio Neal, El Hombre Guapo. Ico's gonna get some. I hope Ico sucks. I hope. Oh my God, they're making Last of Us memes about killing Chaos already. The Stranger in Paradise demo is not running on PS5 because the console's not backwards compatible with PS3 games. Oh man, Twitter's choosing violence today. Alrighty. Okay, chat. Not pay attention to you guys. Hear that? I hope it works, because that game tickled my fancy heavily. Do I play any other gacha games? So I play Genshin now. I picked it up a week or two ago. 69 are watching. It's the same 69 are watching when I don't have 69 likes on this video. Y'all trying to get me up there? This is chaos. Are people really stuck on that? I didn't peep that at all. I was just hyped because I was seeing edgy Final Fantasy stuff, and I saw Garland at the end. I wish I was recording when I was watching that, because I was jumping up and down like, Garland! Garland! Ah! Imagine if Aiko gets good like Porn, and then the hive mind becomes skip porn for Aiko. No, unfortunately, RVK, I don't think that'll happen, because the hive mind is locked into Porum is the Lufenia plus savior. I've been liked to as a 28 likes. You're a real one, James Haley. Are you excited for any of the units coming up for the rest of this month? In JP or Global? In Global, Tifa, obviously. That's it. I'm really, JP-wise, I'm very excited to see what they do with Locke, because I think Locke is one of the coolest characters in the entire game. Locke's outfit is like top 5. Locke has the ice cold drip. Like you look at Locke's wrist and you go blind. Locke has the juice. Furion has been in the grave for so long that they got to do him justice. Aiko has also been kind of dead for a while. There's a lot of dead characters coming back. Vivi, there's a lot to be excited for generally. There's a lot going on. I might choose Violence Pulling for Tifa. Y'all gotta chill. Tifa is punch kick. Woo. Locke is good. Absolute facts. I don't know what you're saying facts to. I assume it's about Locke, but yeah, Locke has the cleanest outfits in the game. Oh yeah, Dessel's coming back. Yes, I'm so excited to see his nerfed LD call debuff. I hate it here. I have a lot of damage deals, and I'm afraid if I pull Tifa, she will not be able to fill the gaps I need her to fill to beat these Lufenias. James Haley, I would recommend you join the TCC Discord, and we could help you out if you've been having trouble with Lufenias. Great server. I'm there all the time. Let me drop an invite in the chat right quick. I'm not gonna get myself sniped, am I? And join the TCC Discord. If you're having trouble with Lufenia, a bunch of people in there. Macnold City info, a bunch of people very helpful in there. Glad to help you out. Dessel, Furion, Locke, Papa Limo. Oh yeah. Vivi self damages. Vivi takes are just interesting. Locke, yeah, Locke. I wish I could dress like Locke. I just posted the link, James Haley. There you go. Dark Knight Cecil. I've been meaning to make a bitching video about burst candidates because I just don't care. my rule for burst candidates is whoever gets a burst will get a burst. Wow, both of y'all just done hop in the server at the same time. Are Decibel boards today? Like I don't know. I've just been so out of the loop. It's probably because I've been playing so much Genshin. I have not been paying as much attention to the dates and other stuff. Which is why these retros are getting harder, because I have not been paying as much attention as I used to. I still like the game, but you know, I like doing other stuff. I'm AR 36 in Genshin now. I'm almost AR 40 to start the grueling artifact grind. Cam will get a burst plus, and I'm happy. Oh yeah, Cam burst plus. Waiting room. We move. BT rule, whatever the devs run. Absolutely. Absolutely. Oh, Dark Cecil and Papa Limo. Whew. That sounds like fire. Yeah, my body's ready for that. I don't know if I'll pull Papa, honestly. I've been hoarding a bit more in JP. Because I've been trying to really think hard about whether I'm gonna use units that I grab or not. And a lot of the times it's just not. Like I almost pulled on Queen and Cater, and I'm like, I'm gonna never use them again. Wow. 3, 4, 5, 6 marks. It's not my Discord. Stop. Good luck figuring out who I am in Discord, by the way. Yeah, I just saw 6 people join. Jesus. No pun intended with the fire. Papa should get some cool stuff. I'm hyped. Papa deserves some justice too. Y'all better not act a fool in that Discord, by the way, because Marco ban your ass. Don't play around. That's a great community, though. Check out it's not my Discord. Check out the podcast every week on Thursdays at 9. Is it 9 Central or 9 Eastern? I get my time. Yeah, it's 9 Eastern time. Thursday on Twitch, TCC podcast. Got my full blessing. Great Dissidia content and good discourse in that server too. If only they made Seymour not have the HP requirements for his attacks. I'm sure Seymour will get justice eventually. Maybe next week, you know? Maybe next week. I do the opposite of horror. The most gems I ever had was 20k. Oh well, wait till you see Mino's gem stash and you hear him saying, if you have less than 1 million, you're poor. I'm dying for that Seymour burst. You and probably like 2 other people. Yeah, y'all got my attention now. So you got 9 more minutes before I go live my life because I got this chicken in the slow cooker and I'm trying to eat. 9 more minutes till I call it quits. This was a lot smoother of a stream. I could definitely trim some more fat. If you guys could keep giving me feedback. This is a good rhythm we're getting into. I do want to speed it up a little, but this is good talks regardless. I'm one of those 2 people. Congrats. Congrats. I'm trying to play this Origins game. I might record. Oh, nope. I did play Intergrade. Nobody talk about Intergrade in the chat because I don't want anybody spoiling anything. But I think I might upload my reaction to the ending because I was recording myself while I was playing it. Any more potential global first we could expect? I don't expect anything. Hot take: steak is superior to chicken, but chicken is healthier. That is a stone cold take. Steak is obviously better than chicken. I love making steak. Steak tastes so much better than chicken. Are you kidding me? We're getting Chaos Burst, Celebrate the new spin-off. Apart from Baido, who's your go-to team in Genshin? Well, I ain't got nobody. You see, because I've been playing for 2 weeks. So I got Baido, Xiangling. I have a hard time with these names. Xin Chao, I think it is, Water Guy. And my 4th is Barbara, the little girl with the ice. That's like my best team. Everyone else is the starters, and they're all kind of trash. And I just got to level 4 in the Spiral Abyss, and I can't keep going because the rest of my roster ain't built, so it's going to be a minute. I want Astinia and Dissidia, and I'll finally send. Yo, if Astinia gets in Dissidia, we're all about to eat. I'd love Astinia to get into Dissidia. That'd be great. Jack from Final Fantasy Origins. Is his name Jack? Do we know that his name's Jack? Any general questions you guys got for me? I might at one point I want to do a Q&A stream. I think that'd be pretty fun. What's up with BTS having a McDonald's meal? Actually, don't answer that. It's confirmed to be Jack. I want to do a Metal Gear Rising stream one day too. I love Metal Gear Rising to death. Face reveal? Nah. I look like a standard GTA character. Y'all ain't missing much by not seeing my beautiful face. The BTS meal was so trash. Did you have it, bruh? Did you have it? You in that McDonald's in the year of 2021? Love yourself. Metal Gear Rising speedrun when? So I Alpha No, I beat Metal Gear. I 100%ed that game. I beat every single mission on Revengeance difficulty. No S rank, no damage taken, everything. But I did it on my Xbox 360. And I don't have the same file on my PC version, so it makes me really sad because I grinded the hell out of that game. I swear I had like 100 hours of Metal Gear Rising. Trevor, maybe. Just imagine generic GTA creative character black person, and that's how I look. Thanks for the Discord link. I joined up as X Lightning X. Hello. My name in there is Chicken Bisque extra gluten. Yeah, I love Metal Gear Rising to death because I'm a huge Metal Gear Solid nerd. I love those games a lot, and Metal Gear Rising because I already liked the DMC franchise, and now that I knew it was Platinum, like I really wanted that Raiden backstory where he saved Sonny from the Patriots, but when we got what we got instead, I loved it regardless. Metal Gear Rising is like one of my favorite games of all time. I play that. I haven't played it recently, but I really like that game. Just the slowdowns, Jetstream Sam, the soundtrack for Metal Gear Rising is like top 5. Listen to that in the gym all the time. Love it, love it, love it. Oh, Alpha, you play Metal Gear Rising too? Oh, you're the homie, bro. Let's go. Let's go. The McFish. Yo, talk about McDonald's food. One of my boys suggested that I eat a McRib. Like this man was feeding over McRibs, right? And he's like, "Yo, I gotta get that McRib." And I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna try this McRib. That shit tasted like fried ass and bologna. Like, but it had the strongest aftertaste of all time. Like I hated it eating it, and I loved it after I was done eating it. That's such an ass backwards way to eat. Fuck a McRib. Yeah, Alpha knows. You're the GOAT, dude. I love Metal Gear Rising. Devil May Cry 4 is the game that got me to the series. Good choice. Ash and Jade are the dudes. The dude's name is Jade. Interesting. Metal Gear is fun. It's just the sound effects that get me. What, like, liquid! Snake! Raiden, respond! Raiden! Oh, your Metal Gear 3 guy? 12 shots. Tossing around the guns. This pistol, it's amazing. Oh, the alert sound. Oh, I love Metal Gear Solid. I should replay all of those games on stream because I'm such a big dork over those games. The ladder scene in 3, so many quotables from 3. The Phantom Pain disappointed me a lot, but I always love such a lust for revenge. Ooh! Hey, Andrew Riley, slow your roll, bro. We don't love DMC with Don't Tay. We love Devil May Cry. We are all caps DMC here. Yo, whoa. Slow your roll, Slim. Ocelot meowing like that. This was my destiny. 12 shots. I love Metal Gear. I really I wish I had more time to like stream and screw around, but I do have to allocate my time effectively, and streaming is just a better okay, hot take, you enjoyed the DMC reboot? Where's my ban button at? How are you named Virgil? Okay, you spelled Virgil wrong, no wonder. Nah, chill. That's not it. Y'all got me for 2 more minutes and I'm gonna go eat. So, last minute stuff. Preemptive shout out to Indolent Lard, because he's always got the timestamps ready. That dude, that's one of the nicest people on the planet. Shout out to him. I could never get a Devil May Cry 4, but I love Castlevania. I want to play Castlevania just because I main Simon in Smash Ultimate. I chose only for the poet. Don't worry about it. I'm just messing with you, dude. Hot take: I prefer Devil May Cry 1 and 4 over Don't Tay DMC. Guys, always assume that I'm joking. By the way, I ain't never mad. I'm really trying to download this Origins game, bruh. Oh, my buddy's telling me to run Genshin with him right quick. Oh, damn, I definitely heard his ass. Yeesh. Alright, 1 more minute. Castlevania, I heard the Castlevania anime is good too, but I ain't gotten around to it. Smash Ultimate stream. I have streamed Smash Ultimate before with my buddy Har, and he beat my ass for like 100 games straight. I have not recovered. I actually ain't played Smash Ultimate in a brick just because I've been doing other stuff like Genshin and 14. But people sucking off 3 too much. You're close to capping, but not too much. The story's good. If the gameplay's good enough, the story doesn't really matter. Like Devil May Cry story is stupid, but the gameplay holds it up. The Castlevania anime is a fire. I might have to get around to watching it, but I need to finish like Konosuba. Konosuba's on my list. What did I just finish watching recently? I read Jujutsu Kaisen. I watched ReZero. Was that really the last thing I watched up from Japan? That might have been. I might need to get back on my anime tip. You think Nintendo will reveal the next DLC fighter for Smash, and who are you hoping will get the next Smash invitation? Listen, Mithra's in Smash, Sephiroth is in Smash. There's nothing else I want, and they added more Final Fantasy music. I'm good. I'm good, y'all. I don't need nothing else from Smash. Sakurai can retire. I am asking him for nothing else. I actually don't care what else gets added in Smash. My buddies try to get me on Overlord. Haven't checked it out yet. I don't even know who I'd want in Smash at this point. Like add Noctis, whatever. I don't care. What else? Maybe if they added Raiden, but Metal Gear is dead, so they never add Raiden from Metal Gear. Is there anything popping? Like maybe they wouldn't add Akechi from Persona. Maybe Master Chief, because I'm a big Halo person, but I think Master Chief and Halo would be cringe. If they add Goku in Smash, I'm about to have a stroke. Actually, high key, I like recording my reactions to the Smash reveals. So if that's funny enough, I might. Because I know y'all lost my mind when I my Sephiroth and Smash reaction video. That was a good time. I do like Doom also. Doomslayer might get added to Smash. That'd be lit. I want Alucard. Okay, 2 hours is up. I'm hungry. Thank you guys for coming to the stream. I'm gonna stream again on Saturday. Probably I'm gonna shoot for 1 Eastern. Tentatively, especially highlighted. Thanks for sticking around. We are at 47 viewers and 49 likes, so I can't complain anymore. But if you are watching the VOD, please like this again. It's been real good, guys. I tried not to stream for 2 hours again, and it happened again. I'm really trying to. The goal for next time is hour and a half. Hour and a half is what I'm going for next time. See if I can hold myself to it. Yeah. And I'm ending the stream. Gonna go enjoy my chicken. Wow, that sounded really. Never mind.